Well, good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Friday, the 16th of February, 2024. A very fun streaming day. It looks like I forgot to turn my sign on for the late stream and no one noticed. A very fun streaming day. First of all, do you notice something a little different? New pop guard. It was recommended after the other night when Kat and I did co-op. And everyone was like, you know, when you're doing your normal streams, it seems like the pop guard is fine. But when you were doing co-op with Kat, you were both kind of like peeking around this big circular pop guard for your mic. And are you aware that they sell new ones now that are very different? They're designed differently, but work just as effectively. I said, no. So someone sent me a link, and I just bought it. Just arrived tonight, and I used it on my Tekken stream tonight. People seem to say that the audio sounds the same. So if you guys think this sounds good, we're keeping this. And now you will not see this giant circle anymore. Instead, it's going to be more of me, which is all you've ever wanted, right? Of course. Anyway, a great streaming day today, guys. First of all, coming back from break, I had so much to talk about. I had a big segment about how well the co-op went with my wife on Dondoko Island back on Wednesday night. So grateful. We had such a great time. Everyone seemed to enjoy themselves. Support was off the charts for a night stream like that. Everyone really had a great time, and particularly my wife. She loved it. She's like, wow, that was such a different experience than, 5+ years ago when it was so many trolls. I was like, yeah, we keep it under wraps now. Like, we have it under control. I don't think we're going to have those problems anymore. So it went really well. We talked about what we did on the day off, including we actually played Skull and Bones for 2 hours, and I gave my full opinion on Skull and Bones on the podcast today. If you're interested, we played it and had a really interesting, funny experience with how bad the game was. So give that a look. Talked about the Xbox news, how yesterday Xbox had their podcast, which literally was a non-podcast, and it confirmed almost everything that I had said about the whole situation of Xbox is going to stop making Xbox consoles and go third party and become Sega, which is completely the opposite of the reality. Watch the podcast for all of that, okay? Then we jumped into Baldur's Gate 3, and today, great progress in the game, basically doing all the endgame of Act 2. We were at Moonrise Tower. We had a ginormous fight there. Then we had a few smaller fights. Then we got to the big boss fight against the General Thorm. And then it led into a final area. I don't want to spoil for those who haven't gotten this far, but there's a secret kind of follow-up. You're not done yet. You keep going in Act 2, and that's where we are right now. So, great stream overall. And I'm looking forward to beating Act 2 tomorrow, which it looks like we're absolutely doing and heading into Act 3. And then tonight, on the late stream, Friday Night Fights, Tekken 8, and I played with Yoshimitsu again. Now, admittedly, I only had used them once on Monday, and I watched videos last night to try to learn new strategies, which I did implement tonight. I absolutely implemented a few new strategies tonight. But outside of that, I was very rusty. Like, the first half hour wasn't going well. I was getting kind of bodied. And then I started getting into the groove. I started playing better players, and I started implementing the things I saw in the videos that I had watched. Some different kind of tricks and mix-ups. Some different kind of, like, I have the belch spray now. It's like he vomits this poison gas, and if it hits you, get a free combo. So I was trying all these different things. I was actually trying different mix-ups and things, follow-ups to combos, and started working. Now, I'll be honest. Certain characters still get my goat. Azucena's with a crazy while standing launcher move that's so fast and insane. If she hits it, she wins the round. Because she's going to get like a 60% plus damage combo, and now you're in the corner. Wow. Jin is wild in this game, and I actually played a guy who was like 170-something thousand points, which means basically this guy's probably a pro player. Whoop my ass. But the thing is, I'm not upset. I'm watching, it's like, wow, so this is how it really is played. Jin with this freaking Wind God fist so fast, instantly juggle for wild damage, then get you to the corner, and just mix up high-low, can't get up. Done. Right? Game over. And it happens over and over, like, man. So I see that stuff, but at the same time, I'm improving. I'm taking my licks, but I'm improving as I do. I'm learning things. I'm learning matchups, learning mix-ups, learning the right things to do, learning how to punish. Did pretty well. Actually started getting a lot more solid with my combos tonight. Only dropped a few as opposed to on Monday. I was dropping it all the time. Tonight, I kind of got it down and figured out how to do it consistently. So I'm learning and I'm getting better, and it was fun. But I will say this, okay? Here's what I'm noticing now. It seems like all of my support is coming in tips, which is okay. But it's weird because it used to be a mix. It used to be tips would come in, but also we would have memberships and super chats. And I don't know if this is a result of the fact that most of the memberships are fake now, meaning no one really paid for them. There was that thing that people abused to get them for free, essentially. But yeah, like today, I'm not kidding you. 0 memberships, 0 renewals. That never happens. I never have a day with no memberships and no renewals. None. And then very few super chats. And I don't know what's going on with that. I hope it's not a running pattern because, yes, the income that I get from the YouTube contributions is critical to the business. And if it completely goes away and I'm completely reliant on tips, I mean, that's the same as those days. Remember on Twitch when they kicked me out of the partner program and I ended up having to stream on there for a month with just tips? It's not good. You know, you want to have that diversification. So I hope that it's just maybe it was a couple days like this. I hope it's not a running pattern because obviously that's going to hurt a lot. But the thing is, the tips are good. Like today, the support was great with tips. So I'm not sitting here complaining to anyone. I'm like, guys, you guys are very supportive with tips. You know, it's just odd that it just seems it all came in via one method for like this whole week almost, right? But anyway, thank you to those who are supporting the streams. Overall, great streaming day. Tons of progress and everything, okay? Tomorrow, Saturday the 17th, is going to be a little different because tomorrow's RPG day again. But there's co-op, which is really cool. So first stream, of course, we'll have the Level 1 podcast if there's any gaming news or any topics you guys want to talk about. And then we're going to get into Baldur's Gate 3 as we finish Act 2. I'm excited to see how the end of Act 2 is, what the final fight is. And I don't even know what Act 3 is because Act 2 seems like it's the end of the game. Like, all plot lines are leading to the end of Act 2. It seems like Act 3 may be, like, odds and ends after the fact. Seriously, it just seems like that to me. Maybe I'm wrong, but that seems like where it's going. So anyway, excited to see how that goes. And then tomorrow night, it is more co-op with Kat, Dondoko Island in Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, 2 more hours or so. And we had just hit 2-star rating on our resort island when we had ended on Wednesday. So the goal for Saturday night is to maybe hit 3 stars. Maybe with a whole night to do it, and, you know, us knowing what we're doing, Kat's really educated on it because she already beat it. Maybe we can actually hit 3 stars, which would be amazing, because if we do, that's another giant monetary reward that I'm going to be able to apply when I play the game again on Monday night for myself. So let's see how it goes. But if you liked the co-op on Wednesday and you want more hangout co-op, atmosphere, come by on Saturday night, 6:45 p.m. More co-op with Kat. I'm excited. I know we both are. We're pumped to see how it goes again, okay? So good stuff all day tomorrow, all right? Also keep in mind, React Day on Sunday, where we're going to do DSP versus the internet on DSP Reacts on the first stream, but on the late stream, it's the return of Retro Reacts, the late night stream over on DSP Throwback, where I react to my old playthroughs, and you guys have voted Heavy Rain. Did you know that every single part of my Heavy Rain playthrough has over 100,000 views on it? All 53 parts have over 100,000 views. That's how popular that playthrough was 14 years ago. It was actually one of the most popular playthroughs on YouTube at the time, and I think it actually was like 3rd place for the game. Of course, you got to keep in mind, there were giant people back then who still played games and got more views than me, but I was one of the top guys on YouTube. So people say to this day, the Heavy Rain playthrough is likely one of my top 5 best I've ever done in the 15 plus years I've been doing this. I cannot wait to watch that back with you and laugh at it all, because I remember how funny some of the commentary was on it. So I can't wait to watch it back and have a good time with all of you. All right? So that's Sunday night coming. I hope you're excited for that, because I'm really pumped for that. All right? All right, everyone. Please have a good evening. Relax. Enjoy the content everywhere. New throwback content. All kinds of new gameplay content here on the channel. The podcast was a great one this morning. Give it a look. And we'll do it all again in the morning with the podcast and Baldur's Gate 3 and co-op tomorrow night. Everyone have a good night. Peace out. See you later.